Hello students, welcome to our channel Simply Mathematical. In this video, let us do the problem from 10 to 16, okay, of the exercise 6.5 of class 12th. Now let us look at the 10th problem. 10th problem is what? Find the maximum value of 2x cube minus 24x plus 107 in the interval closed 1 comma 3 closed. Okay, find the maximum value of the same function in the closed interval minus 3 comma minus 1, right? So here what you have to do is you have to find the maximum value of this function in the interval which is given to you, okay, here. And after finding the maximum value in this interval, you have to also find the maximum value of the same function in the other interval, that is minus 3 comma minus 1. Okay, so let us see how to solve. So 10th, so write the function which is given. So fx equal to 2x cube, right, minus 24x plus 107 in what? In 1 comma 3. Okay, now since you have to find the maximum, you have to find the critical point of this function, okay, and then evaluate the value of the function at the critical point, and then also you have to evaluate the value of the function at the end points, okay, of the interval. So first we have to find the critical point. So for that you have to put f prime of x equal to 0, okay. So then what will happen here? F prime of x means derivative of fx, okay, is equal to 0. So that means derivative of this 2x cube minus 24x plus 107 equal to 0, right? So this implies what? Derivative of 2x cube is nothing but 6x square, right? Derivative of minus 24x is minus 24, okay, and equal to 0. So this is what we'll get. Now if I take minus 24 on the other side, you will get 6x square equal to 24, right? Now if I divide by 6 on both sides, what I'll get? 6x square divided by 6 equal to 24 divided by 6. Okay, so this implies 6 and 6 gets cancelled. X square is equal to 6 1s are 6, 6 4s are 24. Okay, so x square is equal to 4. So that means what? X is equal to, okay, instead of doing this, what you do is bring 4 on the other side. So x square minus 4 equal to 0, right? So that means what? X square minus 2 square is equal to 0, right? We can write 4 as 2 square, okay. So x square minus 2 square will be x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 2 equal to 0, right? A square minus b square is equal to a minus b multiplied by a plus b, right? So this is what you will get. So this implies what? X minus 2 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0, right? So this implies x is equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 2, right? So these are the critical points. Okay, now at these critical points we have to find the value of the function, okay. That is the first step of finding the values. So f of 2 is what? F of 2, look at the function, it is 2x cube minus 24x plus 107. So just substitute x equal to 2 in this, right? So what you will get? 2 multiplied by 2 cube minus 24 multiplied by 2 plus 107, okay. So that is nothing but 2 multiplied by 2 cube is 8 minus 48, right? 24 multiplied by 2 plus 107. Okay, so that is nothing but 16 minus 48 plus 107, right? So now you can add this 107 plus 16, so that is 123. Okay, minus 48, so that will be what? So this becomes 13, this becomes 11. 13 minus 8 is 5, 11 minus 4 is 6, so 65. Okay, so f of 2 is 65, right? Now we have to find the value at minus 2. Okay, so at minus 2, what is the value of the function? It is 2 times minus 2 cube minus 24 minus 2 plus 107. Okay, so that means f of minus 2 is 2 multiplied by minus 2 cube is what? Minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, that is 4. 4 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 8. Okay, so minus 8, then minus minus plus 24 multiplied by 2 you will get, or if you write it, what you will get? 24 multiplied by 2 is 48. Okay, so plus 48 plus 107, right? Okay, so that means what? F of minus 2 is equal to 107. Okay, anyways, this we can do it first. Okay, so that is nothing but minus 16 plus, now what is this? 48 plus 107. So 8 plus 7 is 15, 4 plus 1 is 5 and 1, so 155. Okay, and f of minus 2 is what? That is minus 16. Okay, so what you will get? 1 you can borrow, 14 it will become, 15 minus 6, right? So what it is? 15 minus 6 is 5 plus 4 9. Okay, 14 minus 1 is 13, so 139, right? Okay, now but one thing you have to observe here, right? Now what is the interval that was given to you? It is 1 comma 3. Okay, and the value which are the critical points are what? 2 and minus 2, right? Okay, now what we have to do is we have to not take this value here, minus 2. Why? Because the interval given is 1 comma 3. Okay, and minus 2 doesn't belong to this interval 1 comma 3. Okay, so we don't take this value minus 2, okay, for finding the maximum value. So which are the values we have to take? First is this, okay, and then we have to also find the values at the end points of the interval, right? And this value, let it be as it is, okay, for now. So f of 2 is 65, that we have found out. Now we are finding the value of the function at the end points. Okay, so that first value is what? F of 1. Okay, 1 is the left end point of the interval 1 comma 3. So what it is? 2 multiplied by 1 cube minus 24 multiplied by 1, okay, plus 107, right? So f of 1 is what? 2 multiplied by 1 minus 24 plus 107. Okay, so that means 2 minus 24 plus 107, so that is nothing but 109 minus 24. Okay, so what it is? Let us see. 109 minus 24, so 5, and 10 minus 2 is 8, so 85 you are getting. Okay, this is the value of the left endpoint. Now we have to take the right endpoint, that is 3. So f of 3 we have to find. So 2 times 3 cube minus 24 multiplied by 3 plus 107. Okay, so this is what? 2 times 3 cube is 27 minus 24 multiplied by 3 is what? It is 4 3s are 12, 1 is borrowed, so 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7. Okay, I mean 1 is there here, not borrowed. Okay, 1. Okay, so what you are getting, 2 multiplied by 27 is what? 7 2s are 14, 2 2s are 4 and 5, so 54 minus 72. Okay, and this 107 is there, I have not written, so 107 here. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, so what you will get, 72 minus 54. Okay, and so that is what, 1 you borrow, so this becomes 6. 12 minus 4 is 8, 6 minus 1 is 6 minus 5 is 1, so you will get what, 18, and this has minus n, so minus 18 plus 107. Okay, so 107 minus 18 is what, 1 you have to borrow, 9 remains, so 17 minus 8 is what, 2 plus 7 9. Okay, 9 minus 1 is 8, so 89 you're getting. Okay, so now what are the values that you have to take for the first part of the problem? This, right, f of 2, that is 65. Okay, then you have to take f of 1, that is 85, and then you have to look at this f of 3, which is 89. Okay, so what is the maximum value here? So the maximum value is 89. Okay, for the first part. Now let us go to the second part. So the second part is what? Second part is you have to look at the same function, but the interval is different. So minus 3 comma minus 1. Okay, now if you observe, the interval only is given different. Okay, if you find the derivative of f, you will get the same thing. Okay, so same critical points you will get, right, when you will equate the derivative equal to 0. So these only are the critical points that you will get. Okay, now what happens here, see this 2 now is the critical point, okay, which will not belong to the interval which is given in the second part. Okay, so 2 doesn't belong to minus 3 comma minus 1. All right, this you have, because now the interval is this minus 3 comma minus 1, so 2 will not belong to it. Okay, this 2 will not belong, so which value you have to take to find the maximum? This is 1, right, 139. Now we have to find the value of the function at the end points, right? So f of first is minus 3, so what it is, 2 times minus 3 cube minus 24 minus 3, I mean 24 multiplied by minus 3 plus 107. Okay, so 2 times minus 3 cube is nothing but minus 27, minus minus plus 24 multiplied by 3 is what, 4 3s are 12, 3 2s are 6 plus 7. Okay, so 72 plus 107. Okay, okay, now what is 2 times 27? Let us see, it is 54. Okay, and minus, right, minus 54 plus this is what, 107 plus 72, so which is 7 plus 2 is 9, 10 plus 7 is 17, so 179, right. Now what is 179 minus 54? So 179 minus 54, 9 minus 4 is 5, 17 minus 5 is 12. Okay, so 125 you are getting, right, at the point minus 3. Okay, so 125 is the value of the function at the point minus 3. Now the next value, so that is f of minus 1. So that is nothing but 2 times minus 1 cube, right, minus 24 multiplied by minus 1 plus 107. Okay, so which is what, f of minus 1 is equal to 2 times minus 1 cube is minus 1 minus minus plus 24 plus 107, right. So if we now simplify this, let us see what we get. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2 plus this 107 plus 24. Okay, so 7 plus 4 is 11, 2 plus 1 is 3 and 1, so 131. Okay, so what you are getting, f of minus 1 is 129, right. So these are the values. Okay, f of minus 3 is 125, f of minus 1 is 129, and one more value you had. Okay, f of minus 2 is 139. Okay, so which is the maximum value? 139, right. So maximum value in the second part is 139. Okay, so that was the 10th problem. Now let us go to the 11th problem. Okay, so 11th problem. So that is this. It is given that at x equal to 1, the function x raised to 4 minus 62x square plus a times x plus 9 attains its maximum value, okay, on the interval closed 0 comma 2 closed. Find the value of a. Okay, so now it is given that the function attains its maximum value at this point, x equal to 1. Okay, on which interval? On this interval. You have to find the value of a, because a is unknown here. Okay, right. So let us find the value of a. So let us see how to solve. Now the function that is given has no name. Okay, that is fx gx, nothing is said, so we have to take a name. So let fx be equal to x raised to 4 minus 62x square, right, plus ax plus 9, and on which interval it is? On closed 0 comma 2. Okay, so now it is given that x equal to 1 is the maximum value. Okay, at x equal to 1, not the maximum value, x equal to 1 is the point at which the function attains its maximum value. Okay, so what we can do here is we have to use the condition of the critical point. Okay, now how to use it? Since, right, x equal to 1, okay, is, or since at x equal to 1 the function attains its maximum value, okay, and this 1 is in this interval, right. So therefore x equal to 1, right, is a local maxima, right. Since x equal to 1 is a point at which the function attains its maximum value, right, that means x equal to 1 is a local maxima, right, and it is not an end point. Okay, it is in the open set 0 comma 2. Okay, 1 belongs to this, right. So x equal to 1 is the local maxima. Okay, and not absolute maxima or absolute minima. Okay, so it is a local maxima because it is in the open interval 0, 2, right? So what will happen, therefore x equal to 1 is a critical point, right? So therefore x equal to 1 is a critical point, because after finding the critical point only you decide whether it is a local maxima and local minima. So x equal to 1 is actually a critical point, right? So x equal to 1 is a critical point, right? So therefore what will happen, f prime of 1, right, f prime of 1 is equal to 0. Okay, f prime of 1 is equal to 0. So now for that what we need, so this equation you have now, right, it contains derivative of f. Okay, so first we have to find the derivative of f. So derivative of f is what, it is derivative of the function fx, right? So that means f prime of x is derivative of the function is x raised to 4 minus 62x square plus ax plus 9. Okay, and so f prime of x will be what, derivative of x raised to 4 is 4x cube, okay, minus derivative of x square is 2x, 62 multiplied by 2 is 124x you will get, okay, plus derivative of a multiplied by x is a, right, because derivative of x is 1, so a multiplied by 1, so that is a, right? So this is what you will have. So now what you got f prime of x as this. So what will be f prime of 1 then? Just substitute x equal to 1 here. So for 4 times x cube minus 124 times 1, right, plus a equal to 0 you will get. Okay, 4 multiplied by 1 cube minus 124 times 1, right, plus a equal to 0, right? So what you will get, 4 times 1 cube is 1 minus 124 plus a equal to 0, right? So that means what, 4 minus 124 plus a is equal to 0. So that means a, and what is this, minus 124 plus 4, minus 120, okay, which is equal to 0. So that means a is equal to 120, right? So you got the value of a, okay. So that was the solution of the problem number 11. Okay, now let us go to the problem number 12. So problem number 12 is, find the maximum and minimum values of x plus sine 2x on this interval closed 0, 2 pi. So that is the 12th problem. Okay, so let us see how to solve. So since the function has no name, we have to take a name for the function. Okay, so let fx be equal to x plus sine 2x, okay, on what, 0, 2 pi, right? So now what we have to do is find the critical points. See, the method is same as you do it for the problems where you have found out the maximum and minimum of functions on the given interval. Okay, the same method. So you know that you have to find the critical points, and at the critical points you have to find the value of the function, and also at the end points. Okay, so let us start by finding the critical points. So put f prime of x equal to 0. So that is nothing but derivative of f of x equal to 0, right? That is nothing but derivative of f of x is nothing but this, x plus sine 2x equal to 0, right? So that means 1 plus cos 2x, okay, multiplied by 2 is equal to 0. So that means 1 plus 2 cos 2x is equal to 0, right? So that means 2 cos 2x is equal to minus 1. Okay, so cos 2x is equal to minus half. So this is what we have. Now from this equation we have to find the values of x, and that will be the critical points. Okay, so we know that cos 2x is equal to half, right? Now you have already solved this type of problems in 11th standard, okay, wherein you have cos theta equal to some value, right, as this here we have. So you have to solve for x. So this type of problems you have to solve, you have solved. So same method we will use it here. Okay, so minus, now half, you know, cos of what theta is half? 60 degrees, right? So that is pi by 6, pi by 3, sorry. So cos of pi by 3. Okay, so what you get? Cos 2x is equal to minus cos pi by 3, right? Now if we look at this, okay, to write this as a positive cos, because why? We need positive cos here to cancel cos and cos. Okay, so we have to write this minus cos as positive cos. So for that we need the concept of all silver teacup. Okay, so this is the coordinate axis, so all silver teacup, right? Now you know that cos is negative in these two quadrants because all are positive here and cos is positive here. Okay, so cos and cos is positive in the second and the third quadrant, right? So that means what? So this implies cos 2x, which is equal to minus cos pi by 3, is equal to, now if we want to go in the second quadrant, how to go? Pi, right? This is pi which you have here, pi minus the same theta, pi by 3, which is here. Okay, now you want cos only, so you will get cos if you take cos here, because when you go from pi to any quadrant the ratio remains the same. So cos pi minus pi by 3 you're getting. Now if we check this, okay, cos is negative in the second quadrant, so minus, and the ratio remains same, so cos, and this theta without the sign. Okay, so you're getting the correct answer. So this is correct. So but this is what? Cos of 3 pi minus pi by 3. Okay, so which is equal to cos of 2 pi by 3. Okay, so what you have is cos 2x is equal to cos of 2 pi by 3, so that means 2x is equal to 2 pi by 3, right? So that means x is equal to 2 pi by 3 multiplied by 2. Okay, so 2 and 2 gets cancelled, you will get pi by 3. So 1x is pi by 3. Okay, so one of the critical point we have got it, pi by 3. Now you know that cos is negative here also, so minus half value cos will take in the third quadrant also, right? So for that we have to solve for x. So take the same equation which you have taken, okay, that is this. So cos 2x is equal to minus cos pi by 3, right? So now how to go in the third quadrant? Pi plus theta, so pi plus this theta. Okay, now here it is cos, so cos, because the ratio should remain the same. Okay, so this is what we will get, right? You can check, cos is negative in the third quadrant, so minus, ratio remains same, so cos, and this theta, okay, without the sign, so pi by 3. Okay, so what is this? Cos of 3 pi plus pi, right, by 3, which is cos of 4 pi by 3. Okay, so cos of 2x is equal to cos 4 pi by 3, right? Now what we got? 2x is equal to 4 pi by 3. Okay, So that means x is what? X is 4 pi by 3 multiplied by 2. Okay, so x is equal to 2 1 are 2, 2 2s are 4, that is 2 pi by 3. Okay, so this is the second value for x, right? Now you have found out the two values for x. Now if you look at this equation here, right, so you find that you have an angle which is 2x. So here, if x belongs to the given domain, that is 0 comma 2 pi, right, then 2x will belong to what? So from here what you have, 0 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 2 pi, right? So multiply by 2 throughout the inequality, so you'll get 0 less than or equal to 2x less than or equal to 4 pi, right? So 2x will belong to what? 0 comma 4 pi, right? Okay, so now you look at this, where cos will be negative again. Now if you go once round the coordinate axis, you are going from 0 to 2 pi, that is this domain, okay, which is given. But we are looking at this equation, so 2x should also move further, right? So you should go one more round actually to solve this equation. Okay, now if you go second round, where will be the theta where cos 2x is negative? Again in the second quadrant. Okay, but the angle, well, the name of the angle is different. Okay, so you will not get pi by 3 or 2 pi by 3, you will get something different. Okay, but you see that that value will be where? Outside this domain, right? Once round you go, it is 2 pi. Now when we are going second round, yes, you will get the theta where this equation will be satisfied. Okay, but the x will be where? Outside, right? Outside the domain. Okay, so we should not take those points, okay, because the critical points are only which lie in the domain. Okay, see, you would have got x equal to 3 pi, right? Here it is 3 pi, okay, minus pi by 3, so which is what? 9 pi minus pi by 3, which is 8 pi by 3. Okay, so this value you would have got. Okay, but this is not the critical point. Why? Because 8 pi by 3 doesn't belong to 0 to 2 pi. Okay, which is the x value that you're getting, which is the critical point, right? But the critical point should not be outside the domain. Okay, so this value is discarded and one more value will be there, okay, which is in the third quadrant. Okay, so you would have got 4 pi by 3. Okay, how? So it is 3 pi plus pi by 3, right? So which is 4 pi by 3. This is in the second round, the theta you are getting. So this theta also is discarded because this doesn't belong to the domain. Okay, it is very very important that the critical point belongs to the domain. Okay, so what are the critical points we have? X equal to pi by 3 comma 2 pi by 3. Okay, so these are the critical points. So we have to find the function value first at the critical points. So f of pi by 3, that is what? Pi by 3 plus sine 2 pi by 3. Okay, so which is nothing but pi by 3 plus sine, we can write this as 3 pi minus pi by 3. Okay, so which is pi by 3 plus sine pi minus pi by 3. Okay, and which is what? Pi by 3 plus pi minus pi by 3 is in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant sine is positive, so plus sine and this theta, right? So pi by 3 plus sine pi by 3 is nothing but what? Root 3 by 2. Okay. So f of 5 pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. Now what we have to find is the value of the function at the next critical point, that is 2 pi by 3. Okay. So f of 2 pi by 3 is what? Is 2 pi by 3, right, plus sine of 2 times 2 pi by 3. So which is nothing but 2 pi by 3 plus sine of 4 pi by 3. Okay. So 2 pi by 3 plus sine of, we can write this as 3 pi plus pi by 3. Okay. So 2 pi by 3 plus sine of pi plus pi by 3, right. So which is what? 2 pi by 3 plus sine of pi plus pi by 3 will be what? Sine is negative in the third quadrant. This is in the third quadrant, right? Sine is negative, so minus. Ratio remains the same when you go from pi to any quadrant, and this theta without the sign. So what you'll get? 2 pi by 3 minus sine pi by 3. Okay. So which is 2 pi by 3 minus root 3 by 2, right. Okay. So this is what you'll get. Now if we calculate the value of this, what it is, see, this pi by 3 means what? 3.14 divided by 3. Okay. So 3 ones are 3, 3 tens are 30, so 1.0, right, 1 remains, and 3 fours are 12. So approximately this is 1.04 plus, now we have to calculate this. Root 3 is what? See, root 3 by 2 we have to calculate. Root 3 is 1.71 divided by 2. So 2 ones are 2, 2, 0.2 8s are 16, right, 1 remains and 5. So 0.85 approximately. Okay. So approximately this will be 1.89, right. Now if you look at this, this approximately will be what? Pi by 3 it is. So 3.14 divided by 3, right. So that is 1.04. Okay. And root 3 by 2, so which is 1.71 divided by 2, which is 0.85. Okay. So 1.04 minus 0.85, so which is approximately what? This is nothing but 14 minus 5 9, 1 borrow. Okay. So 0.29. Okay. 0.29. Okay, this is 2 times, right. I have not multiplied 2 here. Okay. So this pi by 3 is 1.04, so 2 times that will be 2.08, right. So what you will get? 2.08 minus 0.85. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 1 borrowed, 10 minus 8 is 2. Okay. So 1 remains, 1.23. Okay. So this is the value. Now also we have to find the values at the end points. So f of 0 we have to find. So that is 0 plus sine of 2 multiplied by 0. So f of 0 will be 0 plus sine of 0, right. So f of 0 will be 0 plus 0, which is 0. Okay. So f of 0 is 0. Now at the next endpoint, so that is f of 2 pi, so that is 2 pi plus sine of what? 2 multiplied by 2 pi. Okay. So which is 2 pi plus sine of 4 pi. So which is equal to what? 2 pi plus sine of 4 pi is 0. So that is 2 pi. Okay. So f of 2 pi. So that is what you're getting. right? So now from these four values, okay, this is the value, first one 1.89, okay, next one is 1.23, next one is 0, and this is 2 pi. Now what is 2 pi? Approximately 3.14 multiplied by 2, okay, pi multiplied by 2, 3.14 multiplied by 2, 4 2s are 8, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, so 6.28, okay. So out of these four values, which one is the greatest? Greatest is 2 pi, right? So maximum value is 2 pi and minimum value is what? 0, okay. So this is the solution for the problem 12. Now let us go to the 13th problem, okay. So find two numbers whose sum is 24 and whose product is as large as possible, okay. Now these are different type of problems, right? So how to solve, let us see. So 13th, now they have given what? Find two numbers whose sum is 24, okay. So we have to take two numbers x and y whose sum is 24. So let x and y be two numbers whose sum is 24, right? So that is what? X plus y is equal to 24, okay. And you consider the function, okay. Here see, we have to maximize the product of these two numbers, okay, and look at the uh, I mean, you have to find the maximum of the product of these two numbers, okay, that is x y. So for that you have to take a function. So what type of function? Fx equal to the product of two numbers, so x y, okay. But this function is only having one variable, right? So for that what we have to write is y in terms of x, okay. So from here that we can write, so y is equal to 24 minus x, right? So it is x multiplied by 24 minus x. So what you are getting? Fx is equal to 24x, right, minus x square, okay. So now to find the maximum of this function, we have to first find the critical points, okay. So to find the critical points, what we have to do is put f prime of x equal to 0, right? So that means derivative of 24x minus x square is equal to 0, okay. So this implies derivative of 24x is 24 minus derivative of x square is what? 2x equal to 0, okay. So that means what? 24 is equal to 2x, right, or 2x is equal to 24, and if you divide by 2 on both sides, you'll get 24 divided by 2, okay. So this implies x is 12, okay, is a critical point, right, of the function fx. Now see, when the problem is short, you can also check whether the uh, critical point is maximum or not. Although there is only one critical point, okay, this would be the answer for x, but still if the problem is short, you can check the double derivative condition, okay. So f double prime of x is what? It is derivative of f prime of x, okay. So derivative of f prime of x means derivative of this, right, this is f prime of x, so 24 minus 2x. So that is what? Derivative of 24 is 0 minus derivative of 2x is 2, that is nothing but minus 2, which is less than 0, okay. So you are getting f double prime of x as minus 2, less than 0 we should not check it here, okay. Now what you do is f double prime of the critical point you have to find, that is 12, which is minus 2, right? Because there is no x to substitute for this. This is the constant function. So f of every, f double prime of every x will be minus 2, right? So f double prime of in particular 12 is also minus 2. Okay. So this implies what? X is equal to 12 is a local maxima, right? This is the local maxima. But now what we have to do? We have to find the maximum value. Okay. Okay. Anyways, here you need not find the maximum value. Why? Because this you got it as the local maxima, right? Only one critical point was there. Okay, only one critical point. You have checked that it is a local maxima. So this is the point at which the product, okay, of these two numbers is maximum, right? So what you got? You got x equal to 12. Now you can check y. So y is what? 24 minus x, which is 24 minus 12, which is 12. Okay, so y is equal to 12 also. Okay, so the answer is what? X equal to 12 and y equal to 12 are the required numbers, right? Okay, so this is the answer for the problem 13. Okay, now let us go to the problem 14. So the problem 14 is what? Find, okay, two positive numbers x and y such that x plus y is what? 60 and x multiplied by y cube is maximum. Okay, so let us see how to solve. So 14th, now what you are given are the two numbers x and y. Okay, so and what it is given, x plus y is equal to 60, their sum is 60. We have to find the maximum of the function x multiplied by y cube. Okay, the maximum of x y cube. Now for that you have to consider a function. Okay, consider, now you decide whether to take the function of x or function of y. Okay, that is important because you are finding derivative and the derivative should be simple to calculate. Okay, what you have is x y cube, right? Now if you write y in terms of x, then you will get 60 minus x the whole cube, right? So you have to first find the first you have to write this expansion of the bracket, the whole cube, right? That you have to write, then multiply. So that will be that will take long time. Okay, so for that to not happen, what you do is you take a function of y. Okay, so g of y will be nothing but x y cube. Okay, and now you write x in terms of y. So from here what you will get, x is equal to 60 minus y. Okay, so you will get 60 minus y multiplied by y cube, right? So g of y will be nothing but 60 y cube, right, minus y raised to 4. Okay, now we have to find the maximum of this function. So for that we have to put g prime of y equal to 0, right? So that means what? Derivative of g, that is this 60 y cube minus y raised to 4 is equal to 0. So that means what? 60 multiplied by derivative of y cube is 3y square minus derivative of y raised to 4 is 4y cube equal to 0, right? That means what? 60 multiplied by 3 is 180 y square minus 4y cube equal to 0. Okay. Now if you take 4 and y square common, what you'll get? 4 45s are 180, right? 45 4 5 4s are 20, 4 4s are 16 plus 2 1 18, so 180 minus, now what is this? Y. Okay, because you are taking 4y square common, 1y will remain, equal to 0. Okay, so what you get is 4y square is equal to 0, or 45 minus y is equal to 0, right? So that means y square is equal to 0 and 45 is equal to y. So that implies y is equal to 0. Okay, because if you take square root on both sides, you will get this, y is equal to 0, and here y is equal to 45. So these are the two values that you get, okay, which are the critical points, right? Now after this, what we have to do, we have to find the value of the function at these points. Okay, also you can check the double derivative here, because we want to find the maximum and the problem is short. Okay, so g double prime of y is what? That is the derivative of this or the derivative of this. Okay, derivative of this, that is nothing but, okay, derivative of g prime of y, so derivative of this 180 y square minus 4y cube. Okay, so that is nothing but what? 180 multiplied by 2y minus 4 multiplied by 3y square. Okay, so which is nothing but 360y minus 12y square. Okay, so g double prime of y, that is, all right. So now g double prime of y at 0 will be what? 360 times 0 minus 12 times 0 square. So 0 minus 0 you will get, which is 0. So g double prime of 0 is 0. That means x equal to 0 is a point of inflection. Okay, when you get double derivative also as 0 at the point, then the point is called as point of inflection, right? Okay, now what we have to find is the derivative at the next critical point. Okay, that is 45. Okay, double derivative at 45, so that will be what? 360 times 45 minus 12 times 45 square. Okay, so that will be what? G double prime of 45 is 360 multiplied by 45, right? 5 times 0 is 0, 6 times 5 is 30, 5 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. Okay, now 4 times 0 is 0, 6 times 4 is 24, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So 0 0 12. Okay, 8 plus 4, 4 plus 1 5, plus 1 is 6, and 1. So 16200 minus 12 times 45 multiplied by 45. So that is 5 5s are 25, 5 4s are 20, plus 2 is 22, plus 4 5s are 20. Okay, 4 4s are 16, plus 2 18. So 5 2, 8 plus 2 is 10, 2025. Okay, so which is 16200 minus 2025 multiplied by 12. So 5 2s are 10, 2 2s are 4, plus 1 is 5, right? 2 multiplied by 0 is 0, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Okay, and 1 multiplied by 5 is 5, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, 1 multiplied by 0 is 0, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So 0, then 5 plus 5 is 10, 2 plus 1 is 3, 4, and 2. So 243 0 0. Okay, so if you minus this, what you'll get? 24300 minus 1200. What it is? So 0 0, 3 minus 2 is 1, 24 minus 16 is 8. So minus 8100, okay, which is less than 0, right? So what you get? X equal to 45 is a local maxima. Okay, so you see that this point will be the local maximum, local maxima. Okay, so the product xy cube is maximum at x equal to 45. Okay, so therefore xy cube is maximum at x equal to 45, and what? Y is what? See, x is equal to x 60 minus y. Okay, so and okay, x is equal to 60 minus y. So what will get? 45 equal to 60 minus y. So that is y is equal to 60 minus 45. So that is y is equal to 15. Okay, right? Xy cube is maximum at x equal to 45 and okay, y equal to 15. Okay, so that was the solution of the 14th problem. Now let us go to the 15th problem. Okay, so what is the 15th problem? You have find two positive numbers x and y such that their sum is 35 and the product x square y raised to 5 is maximum. Okay, so what you are given is the sum of two numbers x and y is 35. So x plus y is 35, and consider what? F of which variable you have to find out, right? Because what you have is x square multiplied by y raised to 5. Okay, so what we can do is we can substitute x as y, right? So that is x is equal to 35 minus y, because then this will be small to calculate. 35 minus y the whole square. Okay, so f of y, so that is what? X square y raised to 5, so which is nothing but x is 35 minus y, so 35 minus y the whole square multiplied by y raised to 5. Okay, so if you square this, what will happen? 35 multiplied by 35. Okay, see, this is a square minus 2ab plus b square formula, right? So 35 square we want, so 5 5s are 25, 3 5s are 15 plus 2 17 plus 3 5s are 15, 3 3s are 9 plus 1 10. So 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 1. So 1 2 2 5 minus 70y, okay, 2 times 35 plus y square multiplied by y raised to 5. Okay, so that will be this. Okay, now this is f of y that you have. Okay, so this is what you have. Now see, instead of calculating this, you don't calculate this, just directly find the derivative, okay, of y. So put f prime of y is equal to 0. Okay, directly find the derivative of this quantity, that will be easier. Okay, so that is nothing but derivative of 35 minus y the whole square multiplied by y raised to 5. Okay, so now that will be what? Derivative of this or this. Okay, so 35 minus y the whole square, uv rule, right? So u multiplied by derivative of v plus v multiplied by derivative of u equal to 0, right? So that means what? 35 minus y the whole square, okay? Derivative of y raised to 5 is 5 y raised to 4 plus y raised to 5 derivative of this, right? So that is 2 times 35 minus y multiplied by minus 1 equal to 0, okay? So now you see that we can take this common, 35 minus y and y raised to 4. So 35 minus y raised to 4 multiplied by what? 5 will remain, and 135 minus y will remain, right? Okay, then minus you have here, see, minus 2 will remain and 1y, okay, equal to 0, right? So what will get? 35 minus y raised to 4, okay. Now 35 multiplied by 5 is what? 5 5 are 25, 5 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17, okay. So 175 minus 5 multiplied by y is 5y negative minus 2y equal to 0, right? So 35 minus y multiplied by y raised to 4 multiplied by 175, okay, minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7y equal to 0, okay. So that means what you will get is 35 minus y is equal to 0, okay, then y raised to 4 is 0, or 175 minus 7y is equal to 0, right? Because these are the factors, 3 factors you have. Product of the 3 factors is 0 if this is 0 or this is 0 or this is 0. So these are the values of these are the equations that you get. So from here what you have, 35 is equal to y is equal to 0, right, and minus 7y is equal to minus 175, okay. So y is equal to 35 or y is equal to 0 or y is equal to minus 175 divided by 7. So y is equal to 35, right, y equal to 0 or y equal to minus minus gets cancelled, 7 ones are 7, then 7 twos are 14, 3 remains and 5, so 25, okay. Now see these 3 values you have, okay. Now will you take the double derivative of the function and check the local maxima, local minima? No. Why? Because these are too difficult to calculate. The function is what? See, x square y raised to 5, or for that matter, I mean, if you look at this y function, okay, 35 minus y the whole square multiplied by y raised to 5, and the numbers what you have are what? 35, 25. So if you try to calculate, it will be too difficult, it will take a lot of time. So for that not to happen, what we can do is directly calculate the value of the function, okay. Okay, I mean, yes, you have to calculate the value of the function, right here. Yes, this you have to calculate, okay. I was saying about a double derivative, okay. Double derivative, if you go to calculate, then first you have to calculate the derivative of this part, okay, and that will take time. Again you have to substitute and check the values, so that will take time. So now what we have to do then, just take the values and substitute in the function, okay, and check the value of the function, and then select the maximum and minimum, okay. So f of 35 will be what? 35 minus 35 the whole square, 35 raised to 5, okay. So that is 0 square multiplied by 35 raised to 5, so that is 0, okay. Then f of 0 will be what? 35 minus 0 square multiplied by 0 raised to 5. So which is again what, 0, no? 0 times this will be 0. Okay, then f of 25. Okay, so this will be what? 35 minus 25 the whole square multiplied by 25 raised to 5. Okay, this is the value, right? So this you can see, this is 0, f of 35 is 0, then again f of 0 is 0, right? The only value you are getting non-zero is this, and you can see this is very very big. Even if it is big, the only value which is non-zero, positive, okay, it is greater than 0 is what? This only, no other values, right? So therefore the maximum of x square y raised to 5 occurs at what? Occurs at x equal to 25, right? Maximum of x square y raised to 5 occurs at x equal to 25. So that means x is 25 and y will be what? Let us see. X is 25 and y is, we have taken this. Okay, we have taken x is equal to 35 minus y. Okay, so x is equal to 35 minus y. So y is equal to what? 35 minus x, right? So y is equal to 35 minus 25, which is 10. Okay, so x is 25 and y 10, okay, are the required numbers, right? Okay, so that was the solution of 15th problem. Now let us go to the 16th. So 16th problem is what? Find two positive numbers whose sum is 16 and the sum of whose cube is minimum. Okay, so let x and y be two numbers, right, whose sum is 16, right, and the sum of whose cubes is minimum. Okay, so x plus y is 16 and we have to consider a function. So fx will be what? Fx will be, you have to maximize what? The cubes of two function, two numbers. Okay, so cube, I mean the sum of cubes of two numbers. Okay, so that means what? X cube plus y cube. So fx will be equal to what? X cube, right, plus this y you can write it as what? 16 minus x. So x cube plus 16 minus x the whole cube. Okay, so fx is nothing but x cube plus, okay, this we need not expand, okay, because to take the derivative and find the critical points, okay, it will be difficult. So what we will do, directly put f prime of x is equal to 0. Okay, so that means derivative of f of x is equal to 0. So that means derivative of what is that? X cube plus 16 minus x the whole cube. Okay, that is the function fx. So now derivative of x cube is 3x square plus derivative of 16 minus x the whole cube is 3 times 16x the whole square multiplied by minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, now what we can do is, okay, we will write this as what? 3x square minus 3 times 16 minus x the whole square equal to 0, right? So now if we take 3 common, what we get? X square, okay, minus 16 minus x the whole square equal to 0. So 3 times x square minus 16 square is nothing but 256 minus 2ab. So 2 times 16, that is 32, x plus x square, okay, which is equal to 0. So 3 times x square minus 256 plus 32x, right, minus x square equal to 0, right. So that is 3 times x square and minus x square will get cancelled. You will get minus 256 plus 32x, okay, equal to 0, right. So that means what? Minus 256 plus 3x, 32x equal to 0, right. Okay, I'll write it properly. Minus 256 plus 32x equal to 0. So what I will get? 32x equal to 256. So that is x is equal to 256 divided by 32. So x is equal to what? 32 ones are 32. 32. Let us see how much are. Okay, 256. Okay, so directly you have to look at the table. So 32, let us do 8. 2 8s are 16. 3 8s are 24 plus 1 is 25. So this is 8s are, right. So x is equal to 8 you will get. Okay, this is the critical point, right. So now here, since the problem is short, we can calculate the double derivative, right. So f double prime of x is equal to derivative of this, okay. So that is derivative of f prime of x. So derivative of okay, this here, so that is what? 3 times minus 256 plus 32x, okay. So this is 3 times multiplied by derivative of this quantity is what? Derivative of minus 256 is 0, derivative of 32x is 32, okay. So you will get 32 multiplied by 3, which is 96, right, which is greater than 0, okay. I mean, this we don't write here, okay. We have to substitute the value of the critical point. So x equal to 8. Now, so since you see that the function is a constant function, what you will get? 96 only, right, which is greater than 0, okay. So x equal to 8 is a local minima, okay. X equal to 8 is a local minima, right. And so yeah, minimum value we don't need to find. So the product, I'm not the product, sum of cubes will be minimum at what? X equal to 8, right. Therefore the sum of cubes is minimum, right, at x equal to 8, okay. And what is the value of y? Let us check. Y was what? Y was, okay, so okay, here y was 16 minus x, okay, here. So y is equal to 16 minus x, right. So that is nothing but 16 minus 8, which is equal to 8. So y equal to 8 you will get, okay. The sum of the cubes is minimum at x equal to 8 and y equal to 8, right. So this is the solution of the problem 16. So that's it in the video, guys. If you have liked my video, then please hit the like button and subscribe my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.